And welcome to Around the Ozarks Spotlight. Each week, we uncover the stories behind the people who live and work here in Southwest Missouri. Those individuals with entrepreneurial spirit, those who work to develop the lives of others, or put pen to paper to write books about the stories and history of the Ozarks and its people. I'm Scott Meier, your host, and today we will explore the world of 417 Whiskey Festival and some other things, quite frankly, with Mark Hartsock. That's a tough one, Mark. I don't know why I
Yeah,
have
hard
a
to
hard
say.
time with that, but Hartsock. And Mark is with Sertoma. Mark, why don't you
Yes.
tell the folks what your title is with Sertoma? You lucky
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sertoma, for those that aren't familiar with it, is an acronym for Service Towards Mankind. We're a nonprofit 501c3 charity that operates out of Christian County. And our focus with the four C's, or the CCCC Sertoma Club, is Christian County Children's Charity. So we try to keep our focus on that. I've had several roles with the club over the last 11 years. Currently just on the board of directors. I've been the president. I've been the chairman of the board, and recently named the chairman for the 417 Whiskey Festival. That is now the Sertoma 417 Whiskey Festival, which is really great, exciting news.
Well, good. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let's let the people figure out and find out who Mark Hartsock is. What is Mark? You a local? Are you a move-in? Where are you from?
Yeah, born and raised right here in Southwest Missouri. This has been
Okay.
home my whole life. I can't imagine a better place. Love to travel. Love to get out and explore all that can be seen in the world. But this is home, and you can't beat what we've got right here in the Ozarks. But yeah, I grew up in the community. Currently live in Nixa, which is part of the Christian County chapter, obviously. And yeah, local business owner. Have a business in Nixa going on. We'll be celebrating 30 years in business in Southwest Missouri as we go into 2024. And,
What do you do? What's the business?
well, we have a company in Nixa called Innovative Sound. We're an audio video company, and basically offer all types of audio video, from home to car to boat to commercial infrastructure. And been doing it a long time. Got a great team, and happy to do that. And so the charity side of it is how we try to give back. And everything we do at Sertoma is volunteer based and charity based. No one makes a salary, and so it's just all about what we can do for our community and how we get.
So you got a family in Nixa?
Absolutely, yeah. I got a longtime wife and one son.
Longtime wife. I like that.
I tease her regularly about it. She continues to put up with me and all the things, the shenanigans that I get into. Yeah, she's local as well. Went to Ozark actually, and currently works with Mercy Hospital, and one son at Nixa school system.
Oh, is that right? What grade is he?
He's a sixth grader. We're holding on as long as we can before the chaos of junior high.
Oh gosh, that'll be a good school system, though, right? You're happy with the Nixa school system? Yeah,
absolutely. I couldn't say enough great things.
Yeah, I've heard great things down there. And didn't you just get a new auditorium?
We did, yes. The ATO Center, just an amazing thing. So some great funding by the city of Nixa, as well as some awesome grant programs. And if you guys haven't been down to check out the ATO yet, definitely worth seeing. Some amazing shows there, as well as a great facility for the school systems to utilize.
You know, I always get a kick. We live on the northeast side of Springfield. And when you talk with people about that live in Springfield, and you talk about Nixa or Ozark, and they talk about, I get down around Nixa every now and then. It's like, get down around. It's, the cities, quite frankly, well, and the heck of it is, I've lived here 8 years, and a lot's happened in 8 years. It's not going to be long before Nixa and Ozark
That's right.
will never be part of Springfield, because I don't think they'll give up who they want to be, but the cities will be connected.
Yeah, they are basically touching. I mean, you can't hardly blink the headlights without changing city limits right there. So.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen a lot of change in your time here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sertoma, before we get into the 417 Whiskey Festival event, which we can talk at great lengths about, because it looks like a lot of fun and is going to be huge for you all. There's a lot of folks here. Prior to my moving here from Michigan 8 years ago, I had never heard of Sertoma. And here it's almost a religion. There's so many people involved in Sertoma. Tell the folks a little bit about your why. Why? You said, you're a businessman and you think it's the right thing to do, but why Sertoma? And what separates Sertoma from so many other avenues of fundraising?
I'm glad you brought that up because, yeah, I mean, charity is at my heart. I've tried to be involved with several organizations through the years. I said about 11 years with our current chapter in Christian County, but I also volunteered with Springfield Sertoma, part of the Ozarks, for about 20 years total, combined through all of them. And we
Mhm.
do support each other. We are part of one huge national chapter. The organization as a whole has just always been near and dear to my heart and our community because in Springfield, around Springfield, Nixon, Ozark, Sertoma is really about helping the betterment of children. And,
Mhm.
we take for granted sometimes how many people in our community are struggling. And when you see that in kiddos, it pulls at your heartstrings. And that's just something, of course, there's many Sertoma events in the community. There's Sertoma Duck Race that we do at the Finley River Park is a huge event that benefits Least of These and Care to Learn, Dogwood Ranch, and many more. Of
Mhm.
course, there's the chili cook-off in Springfield that Springfield Sertoma does that we help support. We all kind of work together on those larger events, and that one's a huge supporter of the Boys and Girls Club. So that really, at the core of it, is the number one thing. The other aspect is we're just a group, a charity group that's completely independent as far as the funding side of it. So we
Mhm.
have no salary employees in our chapters, down here in Christian County or otherwise. And so all the money really does go to charity, which is just such an important aspect of it.
That really is, and I'm glad you mentioned that because it's rule of thumb is certainly 90% of money's raised, typically going to help whoever you're trying to help.
That's right.
Maybe up to 10% administrative, but anything over that is a little extreme. And here comes Sertoma, and every dollar you raise goes to help individuals.
That's right, 100%. It's one of the best things. I mean, obviously, events are expensive to put on. Our goal is always to raise funds and raise awareness at those events. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're not paying salaries, we're not paying staff,
Sure.
and anything that ever does get held back, like you said, those administrative fees. What's really interesting about Christian County, and we are always welcome to open our books to people that want to come and visit with us. All of our club meetings are open to the public to come and see what we're about and see if you're interested in being a part of it, which are always the first and third Thursdays of the month, and currently meeting at the OC in Ozark. But that's, the fees that we hold back from events are strictly for startup money for more events, which is how we were able to move from a large event like the Duck Race to being able to actually acquire and make the 417 Whiskey Festival a Sertoma event.
Mhm.
Are those funds that we hold back. We also use those funds for adopting families. And just recently, we were able to give a large contribution to both Nixa Police Department and Ozarks Police Department for their Shop with a Cop and Shop with a Hero programs for Christmas time. And so that's exactly what it's for, and really just a great program to work with.
My guest today on Around the Ozark Spotlight, you're hearing and seeing is Mark Hartsock. And Mark is, I guess the best way to put it is a volunteer with
Yes,
the Four
absolutely.
Seas Sertoma, which is down in here I go, down in Christian County.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, we venture that way every once in a while
Right.
too.
Right.
It's crazy. We go south of Battlefield, all the way
Yeah,
south of
get
Battlefield.
on down here. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We've actually got a few
And
hills and some
typically,
rivers down here.
and it's typically warmer, right? It's a lot warmer. Although I got to tell you, the other day I was with a neighbor at Fellows Lake. I had not spent any time at Fellows Lake, which is on the north side,
Yeah.
and man, it's beautiful too.
Yeah, it is.
Probably
Absolutely.
not as beautiful as Dogwood, but
Yeah.
it's a
Well, we
pretty
are
area.
incredibly fortunate with Finley River and James River just basically cutting right through Ozark and Nixa. Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous down here.
Yeah, it is.
Way
And you
down
said
here.
you've traveled a little bit. Have you been out of the country?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Where to?
St. Martin. That's the Caribbean is kind of my favorite spot to go.
Hmm.
If there's ever going to be somewhere I'll be a snowbird, it'll be the Caribbean if I can help it. But again, just beautiful country. In country, I mean Colorado, absolutely gorgeous. Montana's beautiful. All parts of Minnesota. There's beautiful country everywhere around us. But again, this is home, and it's one of those things where you get all the seasons here, and you
Hmm.
also have the lake life, the water life, the rivers. So much fun, and just the people here are truly genuine, and
And
that's
I'll
hard
tell
to
you, the
find.
cost of living here is
Yeah.
pretty amazing too. We have a summer place in northern Michigan, and
Mhm.
we lived up there for 23 years in the Detroit area. Uh, I would say it's close to 20 to 25% for everything is less expensive here.
Yeah, I believe.
It's amazing. We are blessed, and I go way out of my way not to tell people that.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to know that it's as good as it is here.
That's
And
right. That's right.
it used to be we went to Gulf Shores and enjoyed ourselves, and Gulf Shores now has become, it's a big deal on HGTV, and I hate that because it's taken prices up, and all of a sudden
great point. Yeah, all of Orange Beach and all that area
Yeah.
through there, absolutely beautiful spot as well. But
So
again,
it's a well-kept secret. So it looks to me, I did a little research on the Whiskey Festival, and it appears to me, having not gone to it, and I'm not a huge drinker of dark alcohol. I do like clear alcohol, but not so much dark alcohol. Are we trying to be the Ozarks, Kentucky's version of the Ozarks here? Is that where we're going? We're going to learn how it's made and what it tastes like, and
that's right.
and
That's
reasons
right.
why.
Yeah. So a little bit of history about the event. It's, if you've been around the Ozarks very long at all, or we'll say pre-pandemic, let's call it that, because we live in a world now where it's like everything's kind of
Pre
or
and
post.
post pandemic.
Exactly. So 417 magazine is where the 417